Hello, hello, hello.
Happy Monday.
Hello, everybody.
Happy Monday, EXP agents. Wilson Solomon here. We've also got Brian Hoylman, our Chief Strategy Officer. Thank you so much, Brian, for jumping on with us today. Excited to have yourself as well as this probably new cohort of EXP agents. Probably some of you guys revisiting us as well, but hoping to help you guys out within the CRM of choice initiative there at EXP. I am a enterprise customer success manager for Lofty and for EXP. Brian, like I mentioned before, is our Chief Strategy Officer. We're going to be on the call today going through kind of more of a why choose Lofty, how to make money with Lofty. We'll open up to some Q&A as well. But Brian will be doing some demoing within Lofty. We'll be going through some slides with you, but really want to just open this up. And if there are questions you have via EXP World or via YouTube, feel free to jump into that as well. May have had a little bit of a technical difficulty here and lost Brian momentarily. Bear with us. Brian, are you there?
I'm
There
here.
you are. Perfect. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it again, Brian. Thanks so much for joining. We do have, I'm sure, some people that are going to be trickling in via EXP World as well as YouTube joining us for the live stream today. But do appreciate it. As I mentioned to the agents on here today, we'll be going through some things within Lofty as well as just some points that'll be made through the deck. So do appreciate it. I will control this deck for you, Brian, but I'm going to go ahead and pass the controls over to you.
Hi, everybody. So I'm here. I'm very excited about doing this call. We've done a lot of them. So we're going to walk through. A lot of agents come to me all the time. If you can go to the slide that shows the operating system, perfect. A lot of agents, I just recently did a full webinar to a group impromptu last week. It was fantastic for EXP. A lot of them were luxury agents. And I got all the same questions, Wilson. So we're here with this normal 100 days of excitement, but there's a whole another section of EXPs that's excited to learn about Lofty that they don't even take part in this one. So I wanted to make sure I learned a lot, similar questions. Doing one on Wednesday with GoGo and a bunch of other groups. So I wanted everybody to hear that what came out of this and how do we separate our think of Lofty as a CRM of choice, Wilson, versus what Lofty is, because we're a lot more than a CRM. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
And so when you think about what resonated on the call I did last week is agents, all of you watching, you need an operating system. You don't, a CRM, it doesn't generate leads. A CRM doesn't really do much of anything except for help you manage your leads. It's a client relationship management, right? The difference between us and pretty much most other systems that are out there is we're the agent's backbone. We are their operating system. They can, we have partnership with other CRMs that are out there, but CRMs are not operating systems. Does that make sense, Wilson?
Yes, sir.
Our system is your operating hub. We can partner with third-party websites, or you get a full website as your CRM of choice here with Lofty. So let's go through these and let's go through the operating system, different approach, Wilson, how to describe what Lofty really is for EXP agents and teams listening in, is we're your operating system. And you're getting it at basically no cost through your CRM tech fee. And our normal operating system costs, if an agent outside, and we get asked that question on every one of these, right? I already have Lofty, or if I wasn't with EXP, how much would this cost? All of that. Our operating system here at Lofty for the full scope is a minimum $299 to $499 a month for just 1 to 2 users. That's the baseline price. And yes, we can run large companies and large teams, and it goes up per user. Under EXP, your choice product, you are getting it included. You're operating. It's a full operating system, right, Wilson? It's the full Lofty operating system. And in that operating system, you get all of these things to run your business. And you don't have to use all of them, but you're getting those available to you. And so let me go through this really quick of what's available in your operating system. And then afterwards, you're getting a major discount. Now, the second question for all the agents listening in and last week is, what about my leads? What about the people I generate? What about my Zillow leads? What about the leads, my sphere of influence, right? Wilson, when they come into your Lofty powered system CRM portion of the operating system, what happens to those if I leave? Or these are your private leads. If you generate any leads in some of our lead generation tools, right, Wilson? Agents always wonder who gets access to those leads. Or if I have a team and I generate leads through the Lofty system down, are those leads, can the agents take those with them if they leave my team? So let's cover this because it's the number one reason why agents don't adopt or they get fearful. This has been the case. I'm not using X because I'm afraid that I'll be locked in, or I'm going off to a third party non provided tech stack from EXP because of fear, right, Wilson? We hear this on every
Mm-hmm.
call. So
Right.
in this operating system, you as agents, when you enable your subscription of the Lofty system, you have a privacy setting. So if you're an agent and you're an individual user, all of your leads are private and independent. Your operating website, if you do get the full on Lofty single domain, it's a vanity domain, or upgrade to our full SEO site, that's awesome. Then when you do that, if you ever decide that you move off of a team, but you're with the XP or decide to move on, you get to maintain your operating system. So this is not and this comes up on every call, right, Wilson? Once you're enabled Lofty as your CRM of choice, you never have to give it up. And the more that agents lock into their own operating system for their business is when they can unlock the real value of wealth. We are the best, in my opinion, or one of the best of three operating systems to run a real estate business with. That's what every agent team needs. So let's go through this really quick. Within what does our operating system entail? You do get a full independent, full ability to have a full website. You have three options. You have a vanity domain that comes, or a subdomain that is a full website system under the CRM of choice. You can go to a hosted domain for less than $10 or $10. It's what we call a vanity domain, or you can unlock our full SEO, full custom option. A lot of people out there are paying $3,000 a month. I found out to do luxury websites and different websites, Wilson. And then I
Mm-hmm.
showcase what they can do with our operating system with a full SEO, full lead gen, full templates, and the ability to fully customize your full experience, which I'll showcase today. They love it because it's $49, not $3,000 a month, not $4,000 a month, not $3,000 for optimization because our AI is built in to do your full SEO for you, right, Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Full AI. You have a full suite of website options through Lofty's operating system. That's your website. The second thing you have is when your website has all of your lead gen funnels, landing pages, squeeze pages, home evaluation pages, the ability to custom market those website pages. That's all part of the operating system. You have the ability to have a CRM that is fed in your operating system, and we have a AI powered CRM, right, Wilson, that every agent loves, that our AI is engaging your leads. You have direct mail, you have flyers, you have postcards in your operating system. You have the ability to have AI score and manage your leads and engage and bubble up the ones that are watch over. That's part of your operating system. You can manage your transactions. You can manage where your costs are going and know and track your commissions and things like that within our system. That's part of your operating and included, right, Wilson? You have reporting on what
Right.
your leads are doing. You have the ability to have a general purpose dialing program that you don't have to pay extra for. That's part of your operating system. For those agents that want their own private smart number to do their own dial plan, they can upgrade for a very nominal process, but it's all included. You have your AI assistant that's built in, but then you also have AI, higher level AI that most of the competition doesn't necessarily provide. That's our AI agent that does your work for you as part of your operating system. So all of this that you see here is included in your CRM of choice, what I call the Lofty operating system. And I want to start here to answer any questions anybody has before we move on to showcasing this in a demo.
No, I definitely agree, Brian. It looks like questions have not rolled in just yet, but I do appreciate just you've joined me for a few of these types of calls with the XP agents, and the operating system, the real estate agent operating system, is a really good philosophical way to consider this if you're a new XP agent. I think
I just, yeah,
it's wise.
I shared it on my last call, and man, did it really fly with the mindset really lined up with what
Hmm.
agents and brokers and teams really need. So, a use case for all of you watching this. I have many friends and family. I call friends and family with EXP agents over the years, since they had 300 agents doing these calls for almost now, gosh, since the very first vendor conference in Vegas, being the only desk there, talking about this. What I can tell everybody here is I've had a lot of calls with brokers that are coming over and bringing their 500 agents to EXP, right? I've done calls with mega teams and flex agents, and all of them all want the same thing, a really, really dynamic operating system. So if you're a broker and you're thinking about coming to EXP and you're on this call, or you're with EXP, or you're recruiting and attracting a broker over, right? And you're trying to attract them, you are able to provide that broker under the CRM of choice and operating system where they could run their 500 agent broker under the EXP CRM of choice. That's how dynamic this operating system is for attracting, bringing on agents, putting them in the system, providing downlines to agents that why should they come join EXP? It's because they're giving under the serum of choice the best operating systems in the business. They really are. And you should give your round of applause to your organization, to Kendall, to EXP leadership for really providing the best operating system to build a business. That's the bottom line. And they're doing that in the serum of choice. And I wanted to make sure we know that. Let's jump into sharing my screen, if there's no questions, but let's share my screen. We'll walk through kind of the core basics of the operating system for next 15 minutes, and then we'll talk a little bit about any questions they may have. So let me share my screen really quick, and I'm going to
Yeah,
try some. Yeah,
I'll
go
let you
ahead.
know, Brian. If, I was gonna say, I'll let you know if any other questions rolling right now. It looks like some people are maybe typing up some stuff. So go ahead and
Perfect.
jump in. Thank you.
Let me know when you see it, okay?
Looks like it's not up just yet.
It's going to take some. Any questions as I do this, let me know, because StreamYard here at EXP takes a little time to load everything up. So give me 1 second here.
If no worries, let me actually move this.
There we go.
There we go, Brian. I can see it now.
Perfect. So for everybody listening in, this is your back end, this is your operating system. As you see here in the dashboard, you have my leads, transactions, calendar, listings, marketing, a true operating system. And so as you as an agent, the first thing that you come on board and you think about is you have your domain. And so for all these agents out there that have their personal domain, you are going to be loaded onto what's called a subdomain. That'll be Lofty, .exp.juliesmith, your subdomain. That is a full instance of a Lofty website. You can't, it's limited customizations because it's really hard to do customizations on a subdomain, it's just very limited. But if you wanted to take that domain and put that on your website where it's parked, I gave you an example. Here's what that would look like. This is Carlos Gutierrez. He's an agent here in San Diego. And as you see, his, I don't know if, can you see that? Did it switch?
Just on the dashboard showing.
Okay, so I'll show that in a second. You can enable your website. So once you do that, you have your own domain. If a lead comes in or any third-party leads, they come into your operating system here, and this is your CRM. And so as you go here, let's go through the tabs. People, this is where all of your leads are and your segments live. And their segments are kind of where you want to organize your leads into those buckets and into those options. It's funny because I'm getting texts from EXP agents on the call right now, which is funny. as you go in here. So this is your people tab. You can select all, you can mass email, it tracks your lead statuses. And then as you go, AI is operating here. And what AI is doing in this dashboard is it's taking over, kind of watching and mirroring and keeping track of your leads, and it's scoring how they interact through listing alerts and your community reports, things like that. So as I go into here, this is not just a lead CRM. This is actually your ecosystem to the front end of your website. So your operating system needs to connect to your website and your mobile search app, right? So as agents, you don't just get a CRM with your Lofty platform or operating system. Your front end Lofty website comes with it, and it also is a mobile app. So for all the agents listening in, if you don't want your friends and family going to Zillow. I hear that from agents, right? We don't want them going there. So if you have a Sphere, you're able to use your app and you can send it out and they can download that app. And when they go onto the app, they're coming back to you. So again, your front facing website that you have with us has dynamic AI engagement. It has a website, and that's all part of and it has a mobile app. This is all included in your CRM of choice. Now, there may be some questions. I'll showcase that website in a second. When a lead comes in, it's then going to manage that lead, it's going to monitor that lead, and it's going to track and report everything that lead is doing. So let's say that you had a lead that asked you a question. It's going to show up here. Your AI, if you were to call your lead from your dashboard here, it's going to record that call, right, Wilson? And it's going to make sure that you have a record of what happened on that call. If you want to set up ease of use, you want to set up your listing alerts and market reports and things like that, you're doing that from here. And it's tracking what listings they look, and it's spot ranking those engagements. So the AI is going to watch what they click on. And also, if let's say that lead is looking in certain price points, but you have other properties on the market that match or other leads, it's going to bubble up what other leads might be looking in that same price range for you. So this is kind of your virtual AI assistant to help you track your leads. Because if you have 5,000 leads, you can't watch them all at one time, right, Wilson?
Right.
And if you have a traditional CRM, then that means you have to work it. Think of our CRM as an autopilot. And you've done some things with some other agents recently where Adam and some other top users of Lofty, they automate their entire CRM without having to log in. It just works for them without them logging in. And all they do is feed more and more leads to it. Is that right?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's some experts, you could say EXP agents that are using Lofty in a very dynamic way. And like you described, it's working for them.
So when we think about the best CRM in your operating system is the one that you don't have to log into. Agents always say, how do I work it? How do I use it? Well, when a lead comes in off your website, you want it to automate a journey. You want it to automate a campaign. How you do that is it's already built with defaults already set up. But if you want to customize or change your team lead stuff, you have your smart plans, and your smart plans are very dynamic. So you have listing alerts, which is number one, but you also have home reports, which you have basic community reports that can be sent through the system, or you have customized home reports. There is an upsell because these are very customized, very specific to real targeted sellers that are actively looking or wanting to sell. But the point is you have different options to automate here. And when you click on your smart plan, it's very simple. You just want to add a new one. You can add Christmas, New Year's, or general plans. And when you start, you can decide how you want their triggers or actions to be. So triggers are changing things. So you can automate. So if a lead comes in, and I'm going to end on kind of this note. If a lead comes in and let's say you change a status, they go from just a lead to a client status, you can trigger a next path to go on. So you can automate your entire lifetime value to that consumer. Actions are things like, hey, this came up a lot on my call when I did a mastermind. Can I send postcards? Yeah. So let's say you have a homeowner or a seller campaign going. I mean, you know the physical address. Wouldn't it be nice to automatically send postcards every couple months? Wouldn't it be nice to schedule calls for yourself, have your AI perform a task? So your system allows for you to text through campaigns, email through campaigns, set up calls, send postcards, ask your assistant to do stuff. So as an agent, you truly have an operating system to manage every point of every contact of every communication to a lead. And it's really simple and easy to do. And there's trainings every day for all of this. So if you go over here and I click on the question mark, I want to do a training. And you can see this, right? Learning center,
Hmm.
everything that you want to learn is right here at your fingertips at any time. You can learn how to do campaigns, train, how to send content, how to change your campaigns, how to upload your existing database into our system. All of these things are done through your CRM of choice. And we have options available for every agent that's coming in. By the way, for everybody here, we've already loaded in the last month over 4,000 users, new users into Lofty. We continue to grow it. We're very excited. That's your CRM operating system. It's built into your CRM of choice. Let's pause here to see if there's any questions about that. Without going into details, want to make sure that agents know that it's really easy to use. Once they get in board, the first step is load your leads in. If agents want to learn how to use this effectively, load themselves in as a lead, right?
Hmm.
Once they load themselves as a lead, send themselves an email, put themselves on a drip, send themselves a market report. Just act like you're sending yourself like the lead. And that's the easiest way to train and learn how to use Lofty in the best way. If you can convert yourself into a seller, you can convert any lead into a seller.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some questions that rolled in were kind of around where to go to make the choice. So I was just sharing with them the link for that. One of the other questions too is just what's the process look like for importing, exporting from a previous CRM process into Lofty?
So that's a great question. We get asked that all the time. In fact, I would probably on Wednesday highlight that. So every next Wednesday we have another thing.
Hmm.
Change management is the biggest thing. So if you can probably have that as your topic, change management, make it look simple and easy to change. That would be a
Hmm.
great follow-up to this. But for all of you out there in the world, it's really, we've been doing this for 20 years. Nothing's really changed. There's no secret sauce. You have an existing database, you export your leads out, comes name, email, phone number, bedroom, bath, that comes out of your existing system. Usually you can um, export your leads based on chronological when they last visited or when they last opened an alert from any third party, whether it be Bull Trails slash KV Core or FUB or some other platform out there that you don't need to be spending money on anymore because you have the most dynamic operating system available to you. Like I said, I just had a whole series on Mastermind last week with hundreds of EXP agents that were spending anywhere from $100 to $3,000 a month. Some of it just for a piece of something. I was like, my God, are you spending a lot of money on something that doesn't generate leads and prospects and on an operating system you don't need? So I want you guys all to understand is that you move your leads over, and then there's a CSV file that we come in, and then our system will import that lead according to your CSV file. The challenge agents make is sometimes what wasn't working on the right, they import what wasn't working into our system. So to simplify it, name, email, bedroom, bath, who's been in the system most active, and don't blast out 10,000 leads to people that haven't been active in 6 months or less. So if you have an import that you have based on leads, if they're active in the last 6 months, great. Send them all listing alerts, make them go, you're good to go. If somebody's not been active in your system for 6 months, flag them, tag them, not active in 6 months, and then you do something called lead CPR. And Wilson, there's a training in our system around this entire subject that agents can participate once they import the lead, how to maximize your ROI. We actually have a training we call it lead CPR.
Yep, and it's been really valuable, I think, for a lot of agents since it's been on our website and available for them. So thank
Yeah,
you, Brian.
a lot of agents when you import your database, you also have Sphere and people. You can do that, and you can put them in your Sphere on our system. And we have Sphere marketing and retargeting campaigns. That's all part of your operating system. You don't have to learn everything in the first day. Okay, just get your leads in the system and do a couple trainings, and you'll be fine. Don't try to bite the whole apple in one bite. We have an operating system. You should have fun and don't worry about things. It's not that complicated.
No, exactly, exactly. One question that came in from Marie says, when you talk text call via the campaigns, is there an additional charge per text or call?
So that's a great question. In the Lofty CRM of choice, you have a baseline plan. By the way we put the baseline plan, so that's provided option. that's provided as part of your subdomain. So in other words, you get a certain amount of text. It may not seem a lot, but 98% of our current user, we have almost 100,000 users, 98% never exceeded this baseline plan. What you have to ask yourself as an agent is it's not tied to internal, it's tied to what's called a smart number. So under the EXP CRM of choice, it's a number that's tied to the parent account, but it's smart and it then reflects back to your cell phone and it works. It's fine. It goes out. But some agents want their own private instance of their own private number, which is a cost for us to provide you. So agents have a choice to use the plan under the parent, which is your EXP's parent CRM phone number, smart number. And that's, but if agents want their own plan, they do get extra minutes. They do get a lot of more dials and calls. So I've been doing this for 15 years on the exact same program within EXP. And I can tell you some agents are good, mom and pop. They don't do a lot of it. They never exceed it. But some agents want their own private number and private brand, going back to your operating system. If you ever leave, the number and everything goes with you. And then some agents have like their own Google Voice numbers, right, Wilson? Their own private number that they've used over the career. You can move that number under our Lofty Smart Number program. It's from Twilio, and you can assign that, and Twilio will use that number as a smart, intelligent, AI-driven number. So they have two choices: use the parent account number or have their own upgradable full private number. And I think that cost is under $20 a month. It's just a much easy to use. I say it's about 30% of agents end up getting their own smart number.
Definitely. One of the things I appreciate that, Brian. One of the things that I'd add to Marie is just with the current way this came together for the CRM of choice under Lofty, those thresholds were considered to start at a good place, like you were saying, Brian. If they need to increase those, they're there. It's an option, but those are even discounted as well. So 2,000 texts per month under that company number, 100 minutes per month as well. So
and 100 dialing minutes seems like but trust me, you should be sending text more than dialing for dollars.
agreed.
Understand, it doesn't stop you from calling through your cell. These are dials that are highly targeted dials to the system for your leads that are bubbled up, or you're calling through the system and you're tracking that call. If you're going to call random leads and things like that, or you're going to be dialing for dollars agents to expireds and FISBOs, you want your own branded number that goes with you wherever you go. And by the way, that smart number you get is a universal number. Every single vendor that's out there, every single CRM that I know in the space all uses the Twilio smart number. So once you brand your own number to your business, it stays with you no matter where you go. So it's a really good idea to own your own number for dialing and texting smartly, because all of the CRMs use that same number. We give you the same option. And by the way, this is the same option on any of the CRM of choices. This is the same options that exist in Follow Up Boss and other companies that are out there. We all use the same pattern. There's not the secret way to do this. So for you guys as agents, you can choose to use a parent number or you can choose to have your own. It's a great option. Again, you're not breaking the bank. It is awesome operating system to do that. Our system builds in all the connections, right, to stuff you don't have to worry about. Think of your smart number as your phone in your car. You dial it in and it tracks it. We're connecting that. I hope that answers her question.
No, that was great, Brian. I appreciate it. I think some more questions will be rolling in, but as of right now, we're good.
So this is your back end. So like anything, you need a website, and I'm going to show you kind of it's a luxury website for all of the luxury presence and all luxury divisions and luxury websites that are out there. Under your CRM of choice, you do have the option of upgrading to a full, not a watered down, but a full customizable $49, but it's an SEO website and it's a full SEO optimized website that's off the chart. But more importantly, and as I go into here and I showcase into your website, it gives you, and you should be able to see this. Do you see this, or do I need to? Do you see the website builder? No. Okay. Let me just share my screen really quick.
Sorry, Brian. It was just showing pipeline. I don't think the website had populated yet.
No, it's, you know how it works here. I have to not share and
reopen it
reshare.
up.
You should be able to see that now. So under the, let me know when you see the websites.
Hasn't come up just yet. Come on, StreamYard. Nothing yet, Brian.
Let's try one more time. Sorry, guys. The StreamYard focus that we have allows me to only share one screen at a time. So just bear with me. I'm not tech savvy. It just
There's a little bit
sometimes
of a
delay.
delay for sure.
So let me see. Let me know when you see this. Carlos Gutierrez. So as I wait for this and not having dead air time, your ability to do a custom SEO site with us allows for you guys the ability to set up your own website, manage your SEO, manage your keywords, and the SEO is managed by AI. So it tells you what to change, what keywords to change. And there's another question that comes up on my last webinar I did where we talked about SEO and AEO, Wilson. That's been coming up a lot, right? Answer engine optimization. So when you go to Chat GPT and you ask yourself, what agent website should I use to search Coronado? Well, you want to start coming up for that. You guys as agents, you want a system, an operating system that optimizes for that. And so what ends up happening for everybody here is that you guys want the ability to do that. And so our websites have the ability to do that through all of your blog content, you're connecting all your YouTube, all your videos, all in our operating system, connect all that back and feed back that into your content for your website. That's going to be the number one thing that allows for you guys to uh, to optimize your AEO. I'm going to go back to the CRM since the extra links are not popping up under the StreamYard share. So let me know when you see that back.
Brian, while that's loading up, one quick question that popped in from Willie, kind of on the topic of dialers, text, or calling and text from earlier. He said on this topic, does the base smart number record in addition adding leads to Lofty?
Yeah. So when you add in the baseline, any lead you put in, and let's say that you were to dial through a lead that you imported, as long as you're using the system to text, email, or call, you're going to get recorded out. So think of all communications that go through this email or through a text or dial. As long as you're dialing through the system and connecting to either the provided shared number, and by the way, when I share shared number, it knows that you're in existing. So let's say you dialed or texted out and they were to call back that number, they're not going to round robin your leads to other agents. It's going to automatically dial your phone. It knows that that lead that you had was sent through you. That's why it's called a smart number. So it works through the system and tracks that call transcript. Is the new dashboard coming? Is the dashboard seeing Lofty now?
I don't see anything pulled
You
up
see
just
that now?
yet. Mm-mm.
Let me know when it comes up, okay? Because it shows it's being shared.
Let's see.
I'll hit refresh. So as we're waiting for that to pop up, what other questions do we have? So you're on an operating system, you got your full website with us. You have the ability to have your CRM. You have your ability to have your lead marketing and advertising done. So for those of you that can view my screen or can't view my screen, I don't know why it's not working this time.
Yeah, it's usually there's a delay, but for some reason it seems to be held up. Right, Brian, if you want to pass, was it a specific?
I just want to be in the dashboard.
Okay.
Yeah. Try one more time.
Yeah, we got
So
some other questions that look like they're coming in here. That
perfect.
some people are typing in. Let's see.
I do
When
better
making
with
it, yeah,
Q and A's.
when making a decision, is there anything that Lofty ultimately would have in regards to lead generation, or excuse me, lead? Where's this question I got mixed up here from where YouTube? Is there anything that Lofty would offer that KV Core Bold Trail would not have when it came to lead generation?
That's a great question. Bolt Trails does an excellent job at providing, operating system as well. So I tend to like, if for everybody here choice, I would say one of the bigger differences between us and say that particular platform is our AI is extensive. Our SEO is extensive and optimized for any agent that wants to participate in that, which is part of your lead gen. And I would say that we probably have more options that are easier to use for agents when it comes to lead gen services. So lead gen services are traffic times lead capture times follow up equals money. And so if you can do me a favor, share your screen. I'm going to stop because it's from reason it's blocked out. It won't. If you could share your dashboard screen at the back end so I can showcase that. But answer that agent's question. We do all the PPC marketing. So pay per click is SEM for everybody there. We manage that. For those agents that want to do any type of direct seller, paid advertising on search engines, we offer those services as well. Those are paid advertising services, just like everybody else, including like a Bull Trails. But we also do a very, very dynamic sphere and retargeting programs to help you nurture. And by the way, when you're doing sphere marketing now, which is retargeting, your answer engine optimization for that agent asked, the more retargeting you do, the more likely you're going to be pulled up by ChatGPT. They're not just looking at Google. I'm moving away from Google pay per click. I did a whole mastermind last week. Like I said, I'm moving towards social media, hyper localism, and hyper local content driven to generate leads. So for that agent, I would tell you that between us and Bull Trails, you would probably see that Lofty has a much more dynamic social media presence, a lot more different options to drive hyper localism and hyper local traffic. Google's Google for everybody. So if you want to do Google pay per click and compete with Zillow and Realtor.com and dollar for dollar compete with those, it's not a great strategy. Whereas a better strategy is, and I can do this, we can go to loftyblast.com if you want. That is something that is awesome. If you guys are all listening in, it's not related to a CRM, but it's our blasting marketing and it's zip code blast. So a lot of agents are starting to do this now internally. So you can blast listings through Lofty Blast, which is part of the Lofty ecosystem in your product marketing for lead gen. But we also have zip code blast that allows for you to market a zip code. So for that agent that has asked, it's leads on demand. This is different. So in other words, you could start every week off. You just log into your system, pick a zip code, blast that zip code, and you should start 10 to 40 leads. Yes, there's a marketing, meaning budget of $100 a month, but it's going to Facebook. But we're the only on-demand lead gen service for the average agent. And man, last week when I did that webinar, and by the way, if you go to loftyblast.com, you don't need a CRM, you don't even need a website. Any agent can do it. You don't need anything. Now it can sync to your Lofty CRM of choice. It can sync to close, it can sync to FUB. It doesn't matter. You don't need a website. It's fully automated lead gen. So if she's asking a question, we have lots of, probably the most extensive lead gen, both in free leads through hyperlocalism and then paid lead gen services where we're doing paid advertising, doing for you services. So the answer to that question is quite extensive. Options are a lot easier to use, in my opinion. I hope
Got
that
it.
answered your
Apologies.
question.
No, I definitely think so. I apologize. I'm having a little bit of an issue on the admin side. Just
It's
getting
not
this up
sharing.
here.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So if something's going on with StreamYard, guys, we apologize. Not on our side, but the StreamYard functionality of sharing the screen is kind of, there's a delay. We don't know why, but I can paint a picture with the best of them. So let's keep going with those questions.
For sure, for sure. One of the, I know we touched on this earlier, Brian, when you were inside Lofty. Adriana just asked in regards, do you have any classes? So one thing I was going to maybe reference if we
Oh,
were
we
in
have,
Lofty.
yeah, we have more classes, probably more classes than you can imagine. In fact, I would say extensive classes on subjects from lead CPR, which is great because there's how to make money with Lofty. So there's a difference between how to drive your car push a button, drive it, steer it. I've never read a car manual. I've never had to. People always ask me, how do you make it work? The car's going to drive itself under Lofty. As long as you put leads in it, it's going to drive itself. If you're working your CRM, managing the CRM, we're doing something wrong. It should be autopilot. What we should be focusing on is how to set up a wine, dine, and have a good time program. That came up on my last webinar. What do you mean? Well, what if you're trying to do a sphere dinner every Friday of the month, and you're inviting everybody in your local community, and you're organizing it through your Facebook page for charity? Well, you can set up the marketing. You could set up a landing page for that. You could set up a campaign that promotes it to your sphere and local community. You can set up a geo-targeted postcard program to market to all the local neighbors in that month and send a postcard about your dinner party. You can do all of that within your Lofty operating system. And repeat what I just said. All of that can be done within your Lofty operating system. For those agents that want to have, so you would learn how to do a campaign, learn how to send postcards to the system. These are all done with your Lofty operating system. One of my favorite stories to tie into that is an agent came up to me a while ago, last year, and asked me, "Hey, Brian, how do I generate free leads?" Right? How do I generate free traffic? And I said, "What's your favorite hobby to do?" She goes, "I love football." And I said, "Great. Why don't you join a bunch of fan groups of your local football team? Also Pop Warner, anything football, college, anything that you have local. Go online and join everything about that fan group. And then create a landing page for things like, hey, if you're looking for properties near the stadium, check out this list of for you can do your backyard barbecue, you know, you know, tailgates and things like that. She happened to be in a different part of the country where they have a local team like the Raiders, but it wasn't the Raiders that moved to town. And she started generating leads by organizing Facebook pages for her fan groups online. Um, that's stuff that you can do with your Lofty operating system. You can create a fan group, fan appreciation landing page. You can join fan groups. You can videos with links to your website because they're all people and they're all homeowners or renters. Stop looking for somebody wanting to buy and sell. Start looking for homeowners or renters to connect to, and you'll make a lot more money in real estate. And you can do that with your Lofty operating system. I hope that answers your question.
No, thank you, Brian. That was awesome. Adriana's had a few different questions. Appreciate it, Adriana being active in the chat here. She said, "What about the teams? What's the cost?"
So the teams plan, you have a freemium teams plan. A lot of agents and a lot of EXP teams are mom and pop teams that want to collaborate together, and they're not looking for, a full on. It's more like a CRM where you have a head hierarchy. So the way it works, you have to have a existing Lofty of choice dashboard as a single agent, and then you opt in at this point of that as a team. And what it does is it churns your team account to a hierarchy where you can then add agents in EXP that are already agents on your team. They approve, hey, yes, I'm a member of that team. And now that agent becomes just like any other team account, just like if you were to buy Lofty outside. And that comes with a subdomain. But most teams that they want to go full bloat to have a full SEO, full team website, full optimization of a website. And then there's upgraded packages between $199 and $199 where you can go onto that full team options and it's more website, not CRM management. So you get a free CRM dashboard as a team leader. But if you want to get that full optimized SEO, brand experience website with everything like that, then you're going to up and do a Teams consultation. I'll do a custom full Teams website. I hope that answers their question. And there's options for that.
Definitely. That was great, Brian. The question rolled in through YouTube.
And by the way, you can do all your team lead routing, route third-party leads in, hold your agents accountable, make sure they're making dials, track what they're doing. It is productivity programs for your team leaders on teams under you. It is Lofty in a box. So we've been doing this now. We have 6,000 team accounts that are on Lofty. So when you're getting the EXG of choice, you're getting a Lofty team system in our ecosystem for a fraction of the cost. It's just a discount. If you decide to move off of that team instance and decide, you get to take your entire team brand with you. Essentially, you only need one team operating system. And yes, you could do multiple markets, multiple MLSs, and team expansion with the Lofty team of choice. And yes, we have experts that will do a private consultation and migration. And I don't like to say competitors. So there's lots of team accounts that are outside your CRM of choice, 3 options. Just know that, I love all the CRM of choices. We are the 3 best options for you. So if you're out there managing your business with, spending $3,000 a month on a Teams account, you could take that, save your $2,800 a month, put it towards lead gen, and trust me, none of those accounts will ever come close to generating lead volume, management system, operating system. The bang for the buck is right here in front of you. And I know that
Definitely.
sounds salesy, guys, but there's a lot of people in this ecosystem that use Lofty through third parties that are using Lofty. We are the most dynamic operating system that other companies are using us to sell back to their ecosystem, Lofty. So I want you guys all to know you're getting a great deal under the CRM of choice here.
Definitely appreciate that, Brian. One question that came over from the YouTube side from Tiffany was residential agents. Can it also accommodate residential agents, meaning agents who work in both the residential and commercial space, or agents making the transition?
So there's a great question that's coming up more and more. The answer to that question is your CRM of choice can. That's just statusing your leads based on where and what type of persona they are. So you can create a file for commercial leads. And by the way, I have a tip. I was actually on the plane like 2 years ago with Jason Gessing, and one of the leaders of EXP, for those guys that know. And we were talking about commercial. And so when you think about commercial, is you have a building. So LoopNet you can sync on. So you'd have to create a page at the top to link into LoopNet or one of your things to search, because there's no commercial listing unless it's through the MLS and they have commercial listings. And the answer is yes, you can help that. That's not a problem. But remember that your CRM, no problem. Things like that, and then linking out to and having this LoopNet has restrictions. So for that agent asking, that's one of the restrictions. Lofty is going to be going to market with a property management. So it's not commercial, but some of those agents have property management. That's something you schedule a one-on-one if you want. Wilson can just go to Wilson and ask a question. These are so rare, Wilson. These one-offs can get to you. You can get them to me. Okay. But what I want you to know is every commercial building you do, they got employees. So my tip for everybody here is when we're making money, when you do commercial, go back to the building where you sold or you rented out, find out who their employees, and why don't you do a homeowner buyer or homeowner sell plan where you go back to the owners and employees and you teach them how to become homeowners, and your commercial, you start getting both deals on both sides. So if you're a commercial agent and you want to partner with a residential agent and create a team, you can do that within your Lofty CRM of choice. You guys can band together if you like. If you like to do both sides of that, we're really the best CRM of choice to be able to do that. And by the way, if you have questions, you want to get to me on how to make that happen and how to do marketing and advertising, commercial is an untapped resource. Great question. Wilson, you can put a request to Wilson. You can do a one-on-one with me if you'd like. Hope that answered their question.
There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I was on mute for a moment. Do we have any other questions? We have a few more minutes left today for the stream. Do appreciate Brian Hoylman joining us today. All right. Brian, are you still with us? All right.
I'm back.
Sorry, I've had a few technical issues today, folks, so appreciate you bearing with us. It looks like we did. I was just going to see if there's any more lofty related questions, real estate related questions that we're going to roll in, Brian, in these last few minutes. Looks like everyone's just more so thanking for your time and for answering these questions. Yeah, I think we could probably go ahead and wrap, Brian, just based on where things are.
And try to sell a little posing thought really quick.
Oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. Please do.
All right. So 1 second here, see what happens. Let me see if I can share my screen now that I've logged out and it comes up. I'll give everybody a little GIF. If it doesn't pop up, I'll walk them through it. Let me know if you see it. For everybody here, thank you for having me. Sorry about the technical difficulties. StreamYard can be a little bit of a challenge. I apologize. My passion and excitement for EXP and Lofty is over through the roof. So if I come off as salesy, it just means that I love EXP. I love the agents. So as a little gift and gratitude to you guys showing up, you should be able to see Lofty Blast here. Yes, you can see that, Wilson? The website
we
popped
can.
up?
Yep, it's
perfect.
Up.
This is the first ever leads on demand program. I can tell you right now that for everybody listening in, you don't need Lofty CRM of choice. You don't need Bull Trails. You don't need Close. They can use this. You can use it with any. This is the first ever on demand lead gen marketing system for every agent. What it is basically you go in, and as you go down here, as I scroll down, it is an optimized dynamic Facebook ad. It's basically allows for everybody here, as you guys are talking, you can go into it. You can put in your MLS ID. As you go here, all you do, it pulls up a direct listing blast. If you have any listings will pop up. You can choose what listing you want to blast. You're going to be generating leads for that listing over the next 7 days. And more importantly, it'll send a seller report telling the seller all the funny things and nice things you're doing for them. This is completely automated and easy to use, and you don't require a CRM website. So always know that all we care about here at Lofty is providing you the best chance to get in front of people. Now, one of the challenges for everybody here is sometimes you don't have listings for all your agents. You pick a zip code. And so let's say today is the 18th and you pick the zip code today. Over the next 7 days, you're going to generate between 10 to 40 leads within that zip code. These leads are hyper-local leads of people that live in the area. You're putting an ad on Facebook, it's using listings, it's automatic, and it's putting it into your dashboard and then sending it to whatever CRM you have. Whatever Zapier account, and it can funnel into anything. It's leads on demand. My gift to you guys is to know when you have Lofty a CRM of choice, this is built in to do it from within our dashboard. But for everybody here, I just want you guys to get leads. Thank you for coming to today's call. I would encourage everybody on this call today just to do a Lofty blast. Buy a zip code. Do a property post. You're going to get leads. These are hyper-local homeowners and renters. You get real name, real email, real phone number, not gobbledygook. It's dynamic Facebook ads, but it means that you guys don't have to manage the ad. When your listing changes to sold, it keeps the ad up. We've gamified this to work. We know how to do the audiences, and it allows for you to create leads into whatever CRM of choice, including Lofty, that you're picking. You can go in your dashboard. If you have Lofty, click on your dashboard. There's Lofty Blast, works from that. If you don't have Lofty, go to loftyblast.com and start blasting and generate some leads and have a blast. So that's my message to everybody here. Always we end up this call to go out and start having fun. And there's nothing more fun than clicking a button and starting every week. So for those of you guys, if you did this on September 1st on a zip, every single week of the starting of every month, you're going to generate 10 to 40 leads of people living locally. It doesn't get better than that.
Definitely great. Thank you
better than that. So
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, Brian, for those closing remarks. That's big. That's an amazing option, amazing thing to be on the table there for EXP agents. So take advantage, guys. However we can assist and help, we do appreciate it. We'll be with you for this coming Wednesday as well. So thank you so much, Brian. Thank you so much, EXP agents. We'll talk to you soon.
Cheers. And just get your operating systems. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you.